Today we are talking about a massive shift in the crypto landscape that might finally bridge the gap between security and utility. This is an exciting topic. It looks like Bitcoin is about to get the DeFi superpowers that were previously only possible in Ethereum, Neo, and some of these other things that allowed actual programming of the smart contracts, they'd call it, or programming really on chain. What's going on here, John, and why is it important?
Yeah, so it's important because Bitcoin's the godfather of crypto, right? Like it's the first cryptocurrency. It's the first blockchain technology that came out, I think. Right? I think it was the first blockchain technology, the first crypto for sure. But it's old, it's archaic, it's slow, it costs a lot, it's expensive. So Arcade, so this is from a little bit of ways ago, but it's relevant to cover. But they have this Bitcoin protocol that essentially transforms Bitcoin from digital gold into programmable money without changing Bitcoin's core code. So think of it like adding a powerful new layer on top of Bitcoin that enables instant payments, smart contracts, and financial applications while maintaining the Bitcoin's legendary security, right? So they're calling this the most important Bitcoin innovation since the Lightning Network launched in 2018. But unlike Lightning Network, which has struggled with user experience issues, Arcade has introduced this ARC service providers, or ASPs, that are centralized, but also don't have full custody of user funds. So users can always reclaim their money by publishing cryptographic proof to the blockchain if an ASP tries to cheat them. So what the architecture actually is, so it virtualizes Bitcoin's transaction layer through what's called virtual transaction outputs, or VTXOs, which are off-chain representations of Bitcoin's native unspent transaction outputs, which is UTXOs. So VTXOs, what they do is they enable instant off-chain execution while maintaining unilateral exit paths to Bitcoin, with batch settlements compressing thousands of operations into single Bitcoin transactions, which dramatically reduces the cost. This architecture, the way it's implemented, it preserves Bitcoin's security model while enabling complex financial operations that were previously impossible without wrapped tokens or custodial compromises. I think this is cool. I think this is going to help because, like, we always talk about it, how Ethereum, or actually we don't really talk about crypto too much on here, but Ethereum's talked about as like that's the one for transactions. There's a bunch of other ones that are built specifically for transactions. This is cool because this is kind of bringing Bitcoin into that transaction age of these newer crypto. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely like this. We'll have to see how the more crypto bros and whatnot think about it as more and more it goes into more commercial use, I guess.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it...
Because it's currently in public beta. Did I lose you? Or did you lose me? Uh-oh. Cloudflare's again. Sounds like you're back. I just
got disconnected.
Hey, it sounds like you're back. Maybe. Hey, John. I hear a breath every once in a while.
Am I back?
I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, I just got disconnected. Maybe I'm experiencing a Cloudflare issue. I don't know.
I was wondering. All right. Okay, so let's get back to the fact we were talking about. Right now, this is in public beta.
Yeah.
And we'll have to see how that goes. And that's where we kind of left off.
Yeah. So what this is we're witnessing what could be Bitcoin's kind of iPhone moment, I like to call it. So for 15 years, Bitcoin's been like the world's most secure decentralized money, right? But it's been like having a powerful computer that can only run one program, right? So if I could put it into perspective, Arcane changes that by turning Bitcoin into a programmable financial platform without compromising what makes it valuable in the first place. And what's brilliant is that it doesn't require any changes to Bitcoin's core protocol. So it's like building a sophisticated operating system on top of the foundation, if that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. And they've built in some pre-signed exit paths, even if ASPs become unavailable or act maliciously, because the pre-signed exit mechanism works like having a master key to your funds that only you control. Even if the entire arcade network disappears tomorrow, users can still access their Bitcoin using these pre-signed transactions. This approach maintains Bitcoin's core principle of self-custody while enabling advanced functionality. Is it complicated that to keep a handle on these pre-signed transactions?
I'm not sure, and maybe we could bring on a crypto expert to talk about this at another time. But so it's obviously they're developing this to handle all of that if there is any complexity. But yeah, I'm not sure. So I'm not sure how complex it is. No.
And that's fair. And normally, with your wallets and stuff, they handle that now. Their digital wallets have become so advanced that it sounds like just an upgrade.
Yeah, it does sound like an upgrade. So, but that being said, as we're talking about, I think Bitcoin has dropped to, I think, 90,000 right now, and it's expected to drop even further. So, obviously, us covering this has nothing to do with that. We're just talking about where it's at right now.
It's got to be us covering it that's driving.
No. What I'm saying is sorry. What I mean by arcade has nothing to do with Bitcoin.
Yes.
This is older days. Yeah.
This is really cool. I really want to see what they start to do with this, and to see, along with anything cool like this, now we can build apps and program grammatically, work with our money right on Bitcoin instead of having to move it in and out of something else to get stuff done and then moving it back. Whether this continues to scale when people start pounding it, and whether it continues to be reliable. When I go back to, I remember when CryptoKitties hit. Was it CryptoKitties? And it slowed blockchain.
On Ethereum?
Yeah. And it thrown it, like, this has a lot of that stuff looks like built in, but I'm using that as an example of, you don't know what happens when you put these things into production and people start building on it. And then the first app that has 10 million people using it for whatever reason, what does that do, right? So I'm curious to see as it goes. I think people are leery now and they've learned some lessons there, but I'm curious to see how this goes. It sounds like they hold those chains for the transactions for a while until they fill up a whole queue, and then they send them. And that could take a while. At this point, we don't really know the delay in that. So how long it takes to affect the actual on-chain balance.
Yeah. And there's a couple risks and challenges still, right? So with the ASP centralizations, while it's mathematically non-custodial, ASPs do create a point of centralization, whereas current structure is decentralized kind of thing. So there is some technical complexity. So the developer learning curve for VTXO, for that programming model, is technically complex. There's network effects. So they're competing with established ecosystems on other chains. And also there's potential scaling limits. So batch settlement still depends on Bitcoin's base layer throughput, which is slow. So there are some challenges. I don't know if they're going to be able to overcome them, but I like that they're taking Bitcoin. I don't even know. You can't even say into the 21st century, because it is a 21st century technology. I don't know. But yeah, they're definitely advancing it for sure.
So for our builder community out there, the TypeScript SDK enables web developers to integrate the Bitcoin DeFi functionality into existing applications without learning specialized blockchain programming language. Golang and Rust SDK caters to system programmers who need high performance backends for trading systems, analytic platforms, and infrastructure tools. So these SDKs provide low-level access to Arcade's capabilities while maintaining safety. So go check them out. There's a link in torontostarts.com. And so is this the upgrade that finally turns Bitcoin into the world's financial operating system, or just another complex layer? We'd love to hear if you would trust your savings to VTXO. Let us know what your comments. What do you got going on, John?
Yeah, just gearing up. Is this coming out in December?
Yeah, December might even be January now, actually.
Okay, gearing up for the holidays or gearing down from the holidays. So planning out my next few months and, ramping up for shred season. How about you, Craig?
Well, we're wrapping up 2025 and planning 2026. So this is probably too late for the Start Investor Drinks and Flowgrammer events in December, but take a look for them in January. There's always stuff going on. Check out torontostarts.com for our startup and business related events and resources, and check out flowgrammer.ca for our business and AI automation information if you're looking for that. And if you're a builder in Toronto and you want to join the Flowgrammer Builders Club, head over to flowgrammers.ca. That website is live now. Go check it out. Join us. And at our live events, we do online stuff. We do live office hours every week. Go over there and sign up. There's downloaded workflows and tools you can test and play with. So check all that stuff out. But John, if people are looking for non-dilutive funding, where do they go?
Yeah, come find me on LinkedIn. I've got a link. You can book some time with me or send me a message so that we can have a conversation first. But find me on LinkedIn, John Irwin, no H. But if you need help with your business overall with your startup, how do they get in touch with you, Craig?
Head over to startupcoach.ca or torontostarts.com and just book a call with me and get a discovery call, find out what's going on and get you motivated. If you're not interested in that, come out to one of our events, talk to other founders and whatnot, and just talk to people. It really is, knowing that you're not alone can motivate you a lot. But other than that, give us a call or book a meeting over at torontostarts.com. And thanks everyone for listening or watching, and hope to talk to you again soon.